we lived over top of the grocery store. And I was born in 52, so I'm 72, my brother's 81. And I lived here for 25 years. My parents were here. They ended up selling the store in 1981, so they were here for 36 years. And my brother Bobby lived here for about 18 years, and then he went off to Washington, D.C. to become a banker. And at any rate, it was pretty great. I got to tell you, growing up over top of the grocery store. And this, we were right on Route 11 at the time. 81 was not being used, and tractor trailers and traffic, everything was coming through the town. It was quite remarkable. I always tell everybody I'm a city boy simply because I grew up on concrete 4 feet from Route 11, and it just struck me that way. So when I never quite realized how good I had it until I was about 5 or 6, and a friend of mine said, "God, you are so lucky you live over top of this store. You can get candy and ice cream anytime you want." And the light went off, or light came on, I guess, and I said, "Oh, wow." And from then on, I just kind of lived a charmed existence. At any rate, it was just wonderful. Strasburg maybe had between 1,500 and 2,000 people back when I was growing up, and particularly in the late 60s. I was born in 52, so I was a teenager then. The neighborhood kind of congregated in the backyard. We had baseball games, football games all the time, played basketball back here. There were so many kids in the neighborhood. We'd come up to the store when it was hot, get in the ice box, which was the meat cooler, and we're in there with big chunks of beef and ham and all. And anyway, so the apartment upstairs was pretty nice, actually. It was about 7 or 8 rooms, 3 different levels, and gosh, the memories started coming back when I walked in. My Aunt Kitty and my Aunt Mary were here, and they said, "Do you remember your father wore a white shirt and tie the whole time?" And that is so true. I don't remember him wearing any other shirt. Every day he got up at 5 or 5:30 and put on a white shirt and tie and came down and opened the store at 6.
White shirt.
Yes, right. And the store was open from 6 to 6. At any rate, it was a wonderful place to grow up. Great friends, great community. As Tim mentioned, my father was mayor at some point in time. I think it was around, I was playing Little League Baseball, so around 64, something like that. He was mayor for 12 years. There were some controversial times during those 12 years, which I'll leave for someone else to memorialize. But at any rate, my mother and father ran the store for 38 years, from 45 to 81. My father had lost his vision and could no longer operate the store. My brother bought a house out on Walton Street in 76, and my parents moved out there with him, and continued to operate the store until my father just couldn't see. At that time, he sold the store to Skeeter and Pat Lambert, Mary's brother, and Skeeter and Pat had the store for a couple of years, and then they sold it to a young couple named Chris and I think it was Gail Groves. So anyway, at that point in time, I've lost track of it. I always remember the building being white. On the side out there, there was this great big banner that was probably 3 or 4 feet like this in width, ran the length of the building, and it had Bob's Grocery with a big drink Coca-Cola sign underneath of it. And at any rate, I have such great memories. My mother, Charlotte, was an integral part of running the store, and I was just kind of here hanging out. And it was, in the day, Strasburg was wonderful then, as it continues to be today. So that's my story.
What am I doing?
I mean, Philip, everybody said everything.
So, that's right. So, we are now going to, hi guys, we are now going to unveil this, but I would like to remind, some of you know this, some of you don't, but this building came back to this beauty only because I met one of the contractors who I had called about sandblasting, and it turned out that for 10 years we had, or longer, we had a relationship. I used to say, as some of you know, that there were so many contractors, I had to keep just one. And, so over a period of time, Ron sandblasted each side, and then we repointed. And you can see some of the places where I did the repointing because it's much jagged, and his is all nice, and because that was his, forte since he was out of high school. So anyway, when you come through here, we're going to go in, and Christine is going to serve some of her award-winning soup, because last year she won the tomato soup contest. And then we'll look around and talk to Michael. Maybe you can show him where that dent is that we found in the floor, where there's a divot where the grocer stood all those years. And then go through the back, and we'll go, some of you can go through the summer kitchen, and some can go up through the stairs. And I have ladies in aprons. All my people have aprons, and they'll help you. And there's, just go and enjoy and sit around and reminisce and make new friends. And this is my friend Billy Jenkins, who always helps me on so many projects. I wanted him to be here because he is really, his hand is everywhere in here, like Dan Wolford's and so many others. This is Ron when he was sandblasting, and there's pictures in each room of things we did. So, we're now... Woohoo! And just think, you guys, not only did they dig a hole and line it with limestone, they took the clay and made the bricks. So it's 2 bricks thick. And we have some pictures of the cistern in the back where George Long was digging, and there's some artifacts there. So thank you all for coming. Thank you, Billy.